Hi, and welcome to Larry's computer class. Today we're going to talk about a couple different things. First, I'm going to show you how to sign up for an email account. I'm going to talk about browsers, what they are and how to use them. And we're going to talk about passwords. Passwords are very important. You have to come up with safe and secure passwords that other people aren't going to think of and get into your accounts on you. And I'll get into that in a few minutes. But first we're going to talk about our browsers. A browser, there's several different ones. There's Firefox, Opera, Internet Explorer, Safari, and Chrome. Each of these are different companies. This is got Mozilla. Internet Explorer is Microsoft. Chrome is Google. Different companies have different browsers, and the purpose of the browser is a browser is made to read the codes that are used to build web pages. Anybody that has a web page, a personal, a company, anything, any kind of web page that anybody has, they have to register and log on with a host. A host is a company that takes all your files and puts them in your account. And then when someone calls for your web page, the host will send the files to your browser. For example, my web page is larryscomputerclass.com. When someone types that in as a website, www.larryscomputerclass.com, that is sent to the host that has my files, and then that host relays the files from there to your browser, and your browser opens up the web page. Like, for example, Firefox. You click on it twice, it opens up, and this is Mozilla Firefox. I have my home page set for Google. You can change this to anything you want. It's very simple. Each browser is a little bit different, but you want to find the tool file. This one says Tools, and you go to Options, and then you go to General, and you see right here, home page, http www.google.com. You can make that anything you want. Once you get your email set up, you can put your email address in here, and when you open up Firefox, you'll have access to your emails. If there's a specific website, say you like to watch the news, you can put in here www.msnnews.com, foxnews.com, anything you want, and that's what will come up on this page when you open Firefox. Very simple. And there's a couple of the browsers. They're all a little bit different, but they're all pretty much the same. I'll go through a couple of them with you. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to set up an email account. First, you click on here, and you put in, it's a little different for each one, but you can put in mail.aol.com. AOL Mail. There's a lot of mail servers you can use out there. There's AOL, there's Hotmail, there's Live, there's Charter.com, Verizon.com, Cox.com. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a variety of them. And you can probably Google it if you want. Google new email users, or just Google emails, and it'll bring up a list of them. Alright, this is AOL. I'll show you a couple of them. AOL, it's got your, once you sign up, you'll just put in your username and your password. Click sign in. For right now, we're going to put sign up for a new account. Click on this, and it's going to bring you to a page, and they're just going to ask you some information. First name, put in your first name. John, middle initial, that's optional as it says. Last name, Doe. Pick a username. That's a name that's going to be your screen name. Your username is going to be whatever you put at AOL.com. Like I use Live. My screen name's Crazy Italian. My username, so my email is crazyitalian@live.com. So you can put in here whatever you want. And as you can see, it's going to say crazyitalian@aol.com. And you can check to see if that's available. sorry, this user is not available. So you're going to have to look around and find different things. Get a little creative. You could put in, let's try, I bet you John Doe is taken too. Check. Sorry, that's taken. But then they give you some choices down here too. You could put John Doe John 15, John Doe John 16, John Doe John 1. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have email addresses, so you're going to have to get a little creative on your username. You can use your first name, your last name, with a number after it, whatever you want. John Doe 1, that's probably taken, right? Yeah, let's try John Doe 1333. Because I doubt that's going to be taken. That's even taken. Well, this part's the hard part. Once you get past this, it's a little different. The rest is easy. We'll just pick anything for now. That's available. Check. John Doe 1233 EO at AOL. Now, password. We're going to talk about passwords for a minute. You don't want to put any old little tiny password. I'm going to show you a couple other things first, because I can't show you on that screen because it doesn't display the passwords. It just shows little stars or X's. It doesn't show what I'm actually typing. So let me just show you here on Microsoft Office Word 2007. You don't want to put Mary L for password. You don't want to put 123 my password. You don't want to put simple stuff. You don't want to use the streets you live on. Main Street 495, whatever you want to put. 488 Church Street. You don't want to put stuff like that down. You want to have capital letters. You want to have punctuations. You want to have numbers. You want to make your password secure. And that screen actually tells you how secure your password is as you put it in, and I'll show you that in a minute when we get back to it. But don't put 1 John Doe. Don't put 1 John Doe. Hackers. There's people out there that are called hackers, and what they do all day long is they sit at the computer and they try and figure out people's passwords. And they actually have a dictionary, what they call a dictionary, a hacker's dictionary, that has every word and every number combination in it. And they use this dictionary with other programs that just all day long put passwords into your username and password field. And if they come up with a match, they have access to all of your information. And they can use your email account to send email accounts out to other people. They could send thousands of emails out through your account. They can have access to your emails. They can have access to all of your friends' emails on your list. So what you want to do when you're making a password, you want to be a little creative. You want to put some numbers. You want to put an underscore, and an underscore is just shift and the button next to the 0 on your keypad. There's a little button with a small line and a big line above it. You hold the shift button down and hit that button, you'll get what they call an underscore. You can use angles. Mary. You can use Mary, capital letters. Don't use your capital letters at the beginning of the word every time either, because the hackers are on to that too. You want to put your capital letters in the middle of a word or at the end of a word or something like that. So use passwords like this. This is very important. This is nothing the dictionary is going to figure out. There's no combination in the dictionary that's going to match anything like this. So hackers won't be able to get into your account. So be a little creative when you do your passwords. And here it says password strength. It's going to show you the password. Now watch if I put in 1 Mary 2 3 4 strong. It's okay. What if we put in 2 4 3 underscore Mary? See how it says brilliant? That's a very good sign. That's what you want. And then it's just going to ask you to repeat it. You know, I'm not going to click next because I really don't want to create this account, but that's all you have to do. Once you do that, it's going to bring you to your email account. If you've ever seen an email account, they're very simple. They're all pretty much the same. You're going to have a list of things on the top usually. There'll be a place where it'll say send, create, or new for emails. Let me see here for a second if I can do this. Let me show you. Let me actually open up an AOL account. You should have two email accounts too. Also, because one for an AOL account, say you have an AOL account and you forget your password, or something happens to it, it gets corrupted and you can't get into it. When you hit forgot password, it's going to ask you for an email address to send your new password to. The problem is if your AOL account is not working, you're not going to be able to use your AOL account to recoup a new password. Let me just get into this. Put this in right. See, a nice long password. Very hard for hackers to get into and other people to get into. Alright, this is a basic AOL account. It's going to look a little different depending on how you set it up, but you have your new mails, old mail, drafts if you have any. That's if you've created an email and didn't send it yet. If you didn't finish it or whatever, you could save it in your draft. This shows you all your sent emails. Instant messaging, that's if you want to instant message somebody. Spam, this is all the mail that you get from people that are junk. Spam email is from hackers generally, and what they do is they'll send out 10,000 emails to different people, the same email to 10,000 different people. And your email host, AOL, Gmail, they all do it. Verizon, they all do it. They'll filter the junk mail. If they catch an email that they know is from a spammer or a hacker, they'll throw it in your spam file. This way you still have access to it, but it's not in your new folder mail. It's not in your regular mail. And the thing with spam mail, if you go into your spam folder, don't open up the mail. Just delete them. Like see here it says empty, just empty it. Sometimes if you go to a website that you're logged into and say you forget your password, and they say, okay, give me your email address, you put in your email address and it'll say sending new password to AOL mail. So what you do is you go to your AOL mail, you go to new mail, and you should have an email from that company that says new password. If it's not there, look in your spam folder. Sometimes emails like that will end up in your spam folder. And you can simply go in your spam folder. If you know it's safe, you know the company is sending you an email and it says email recovery or new email, you know it's safe, you know where it came from, you know the company, you can click on it and open it and get your new password. Other than that, don't open up anything in the spam file. It'll say spam or junk or whatever it says here. Other things, you can go into new mail, actions, you can check these boxes. Oh, I just checked all of them. But if you want to delete some of them, if it's stuff you don't want, you can click on the box, click delete, you can click on the box, hit action, keep as new, mark red, flag it, clear the flag. You can put a flag, it puts a little red flag next to it to remind you not to close it or delete it, or you have to get back to it, stuff like that. You can send it to old mail, send it to the spam folder if you get junk mail. I don't know if I have any here that are junk mail. Oh, new mail. This one, Sherman Travel Deal. It's junk mail. It's advertisement from I don't know who. So I can click on it. Oops, I did that wrong. What else? We got cheap air. That's advertisement too. Put a little checkbox next to it. Action. Spam. And that will move it into your spam folder. Anything you see that's junk mail that you don't know where it's from, just put it in your spam folder. And what that'll do is once you move something into your spam folder, AOL will remember that. So if they try and send you mail again, it'll automatically go to your spam folder. That's one good way to keep junk mail down, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up with 300 emails here in your new box that you're going to have to go through and delete and get rid of and all kinds of stuff like that. Let's see. This here happens to say check mail. After you've been on it a while, you want to check to see if you got any new mail. Compose mail. This is where you would send a mail to whoever you're sending it to, John Doe at AOL.com. CC is carbon copy. Carbon copy is if you want to send a copy of this email to someone else, that will do that. BCC, you put someone's email in here. Say you're sending an email to John Doe at AOL. You want to send a blind copy to me, you put in aircraftf18 at AOL.com, and that will send me a blind copy, which means that the person you're sending the mail to will not know you're sending this to me. If you put it in carbon copy, the person you're sending the mail to will know that you're sending this. But if you use blind copy, they don't know that you're sending it to me. And then the subject, you put in the subject what you're talking about. My high school dance tonight, whatever, and then you click on here and you type your message, whatever you want to type to whoever you're sending it, and you click send. And that will send it to whatever address you put in here. Draft, like I said, if you don't finish it, if you're working on an email, say you're doing a resume or something that you need just right, and you want to wait till later on and read it again to make sure it's okay, just click Save as Draft, and it will go in your draft file. Then, when you come back to your mail, you click on Draft. I don't have anything in here, but then you would click on that file that's in there, and it will bring it back up again. Then you can reread it, you can have someone else read it, whatever you want to do. And then when you're done, you do a spell check, checks your spelling, cancel, will delete everything that's on the page. Once you get everything set, your spell check done, you proofread it, everything else, and you can just hit send, that will send it. That's pretty much it for emails. Emails are very simple. You have some themes, which is just different background, scenery, different colors, stuff like that. Your settings. Settings is usually your information, whether you want to go directly to your inbox, what do you want to do with pop-up windows, or allow them or not allow them. New mail, display automatically, play a sound when a new mail arrives, different stuff. A few things in here you can go through and read. You play with this stuff. There's nothing in here you're going to hurt. If you change something, you just go back into your settings and change it back. That's pretty much it for passwords and emails. Very important you have a strong password. And it's very important, whoops, I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. It's very important, there's a little button on AOL, it was up in the top left hand corner, it says log out. Very, very important when you're done with your emails that you click log out. If you don't click log out and someone else happens to come on this computer that you're using and they go to AOLmail.com, your emails are going to show up and you're going to be able to read and see everything you want to do, everything that's on your list that you want to do. Let's see. Back to browsers. Internet Explorer, very popular. Internet Explorer comes with all Windows programs, Windows 98, Windows 2000, NT, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, different browsers. Every browser is a little different, but they all do pretty much the same thing. This one just goes to an instant page. You can change this page also to whatever you want. This is the tool symbol for this browser for Internet Explorer. Click on that. Where's the options? There's no options button on this one. Everyone's a little bit different. I don't use Internet Explorer that much. What else we got? And here, when you open Internet Explorer, I don't know why these windows keep opening up, but you have Messenger, Hotmail. This will bring you right to your mail if you have Hotmail. You can set up whatever account you have. Instant Messenger, if you into instant messaging. This is Windows Live Instant Messenger, where you can chat and write back and forth to people instantly. There's no sending emails and back and forth. You can just type and talk to people. That's very popular. What else? What other browsers do we have? We have Safari. These are the top 5. Safari, Internet Explorer, Opera, Firefox, and Google Chrome. Like I said, each one's a little bit different, but they're all pretty much the same. Let's see here. A list of things you can choose. Another thing you're going to have to remember, once in a while, whatever browser you use, if you use the same one all the time, you're going to have to go in and clear your history every once in a while, because your history keeps track of every web page you've ever been to in your life. And eventually that file gets really big, and if you don't go in and delete it once in a while, it'll start slowing down your computer, because there's just so many things going on. So you can just go into history, and every browser has a history button. History, say it just shows you history. You just right click on this one and delete. It deletes your history. Firefox. Tools, history. See, they're all just a little bit different, but they all do the same thing. History, recent closed windows, show all history. Yeah, this is the same thing. Today, delete. It'll delete it. Yesterday, delete. And I'll show you one other quick thing you can do as far as deleting your history. Once in a while you want to go into your start menu and go to programs, go to accessory, and go to system tools, and there's a thing here called disk cleanup. Click on that. It's going to say drive C, which is what you want to do. Hit yes. This will take a minute, half a minute, and it's going to load a whole bunch of files. It's going to get all kinds of stuff: system error, memory dump files, temporary files, temporary internet files. There's all kinds of things, and I'm going to have another video on cleaning up your temporary files, because that's a little more involved than what I'm going to show today, but I'll give you a basic understanding on how to get rid of these things. This just takes a minute. The other thing you got to do, you got to be careful when you delete this history, because you'll also delete records of your passwords, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean while that's doing that. Go to Firefox. When you go up here, you can scroll down here, and it'll show you all the places you've been to recently. If there's a specific place you'd like to go to, or you've been going to. Let's just get back to this for 1 second. This is that other file that finally opened up. Now it tells you 7 megabytes. Now actually I just cleared this on my computer a couple days ago, and it was like 1.2 gigs of memory it was using up. Now you have download programs, yes. Temporary files, internet files, yes. Offline programs, you can check that or not. It's got a little bit in there, but that's only if you work offline. Recycle bin, there's nothing in it because it's empty. Temporary files, there's nothing in it because I actually just emptied that recently. But all you got to do is check all of them, hit OK, delete files, and it's going to go through and it's going to delete all that junk that's stored on your computer. That went pretty fast because, like I said, I just did that a couple days ago on this computer. But say you go to pogo.com. Actually, it's not going to show you because I just deleted it. But pogo.com is a game web page that you can go to. And if you put in P or PO, it's going to list all the things that you've been to that begin with this. And then you can just click on it instead of typing the whole entire name in. Like for my web page, instead of typing in www.ladiescomputerclass, I normally would just put in L because I've just cleared the memory. It's not going to actually show it. Let me just try it on a different browser to show you what I mean. When this opens up, Internet Explorer, you can click on that till it turns blue. And then just I put in L. See right here? I can just click on this and go to it. I don't have to type in the whole name. Now when you delete your history, you also delete that list, as you can see in Firefox. There was nothing in the list to go to. But that's okay. You just type it in once and then it'll be back on the list again. And same thing with your passwords. When you sign into your mail, like I can sign into my mail. When I hit A, it automatically comes up and I can click on it. When you delete your history, this gets erased also. But like I said, you put it in once, the complete name, and then next time it's in the list again. And that's about it. That covers your browsers, how to sign up for emails, the proper way to use passwords. Make sure you use a good strong password, and make sure if you sign in, you have to use a username and a password to sign in. You have to click log out when you're done to get out of that web page. That closes it so other people can't see your work. The only thing else I want to tell you is Firefox, Opera, Safari, Google Chrome, you have to download them from the internet. Your computer comes with Internet Explorer, but Internet Explorer doesn't have the security that a lot of the other ones have. Firefox is a very secure browser. It'll block things from getting to your computer, viruses and malware and all the junk that you don't want on your computer. It'll block it before you even know it. Simply, you can go to Internet Explorer, and type in google.com. Type in Firefox, Mozilla Firefox web browser, free download. And then that's it, Firefox. Click here. It says down here, everyone's a little different. This one is down here. Do you want to run or save Firefox? just hit run and it'll download it to your computer. Firefox is much more safer, like I said. If you're going to browse the internet, use Firefox. Internet Explorer, if you're going to a web page you've been to several times and you know it's safe, you can use Internet Explorer. But if you're browsing or searching the web, just looking for different things, use Firefox. That's it. That about covers our class for today. Thank you for visiting, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson.